that, you don't have shit. You can have a perfect stance, a perfect grip, perfect side alignment. Everything can be absolutely ideal. And if you've got zero trigger control, you don't have anything. So what is important? Is the grip important? No. No, it's not. I can make accurate hits upside down, one-handed, support-handed, whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is putting sight alignment and trigger control together, because they both affect one another, and that way, no matter what you're doing, no matter what your platform is, okay, you're gonna make your hit. So if you take anything away from us, please, please, I'm begging you, let it be trigger control. The draw, you know what, it's fun. The draw's fun, it's cool. Everybody wants to go fast. The reloads, those are awesome. Manipulation's important. It makes a shooter. But that's secondary. I don't care how fast you are. I don't care how cool you look. I don't care how fast your draw is or what your reload speed times are. If you can't hit your target, it doesn't fucking matter. Accuracy is where it's at. Accuracy is where it's at. We're going to start you guys off after just a quick demo to kind of reaffirm what really matters. Doing exactly what we do whenever we go to the range and we warm up and we practice and we train together. It's called a single shot slack out drill. You guys started yesterday with that. We're going to do it again today. I want you to wake up your trigger fingers. I want you to warm up your trigger fingers. And you do that very, very slowly, very methodically. Get everything perfect. I'm wearing my red gun again, okay? Okay, I haven't taught you the draw yet, so don't try to come out of your holster quick. You're just fucking up your training because you're doing it wrong. So get into your platform. Whether you want to load the front leg, whether you want to have your feet far apart, close together, whatever. Just get into a good shooting platform. I call it an athletic stance. It's not a boxing stance. It's not a wrestling stance. It's not a basketball stance. It's an athletic stance. So get comfortable. Bring the gun up on the target. Check your hands. We're happy to remark your hands if we need to. Check your grip. Look down at your lines and go, okay, there's my TDSA tattoo right there. Looks pretty good. Get on the target, nice and smooth. I wouldn't take the slack out of your trigger. Hard focus on the front sight. Let me say that again. Hard focus on the front sight. You cannot look at your front sight and see your hits at the same time. Don't do it. Don't try to do it. You can look at your hits after you're done. Shoot 4 or 5. Shoot 5 or 6. And then look at your hits. But while I'm shooting, what I'm focusing on is the top center of my front sight post. Nothing else matters. I don't let anything else get into my head. I don't let anything else mess with my concentration. That's what I'm focusing on. It's the top center of my front sight post. So shoot a couple, then look. It's a very amateur mistake to want to see what you're hitting, especially when you're shooting steel. Because steel gives you that instant gratification, right? Like, woo, I shot that steel. It was great. I heard that little ping. But that's why we don't shoot steel a lot in this class, or in any of our classes, truthfully. Because you end up looking down range to see if you got the hit on the steel. We chose these targets very, very, in fact, we used to make our own. We had a stencil, and we used to spray paint that big butcher paper, 100-foot sections of it, and cut it. And then they started making these, and then we were like, hot dog, no more spray paint. It's awesome. But these targets are chosen for a reason, because you got a 1-inch square at 15 feet. That's not easy. We don't want it to be easy. We want you to focus on accuracy and control that trigger and feel that trigger and see that sight for every single shot you take. Because accuracy is what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Speed will come. I'm not worried about that. If you want to do everything fast except press the trigger. Do everything fast except press the trigger. And then you have to have that self-discipline. You got to calm down. You got to let all that anxiety go. You can do everything quick and then go easy, easy press, and get that freaking finger right back to that wall immediately. Right after that bullet leaves the gun, you've got to get that finger back to the wall. If you don't do that, you're defeating the whole purpose of taking the slack out of your trigger. That's what we're trying to get you guys to understand, is if you want to evolve into fast, accurate shooters, you've got to take the slack out of your trigger. Otherwise, you're slapping the shit out of it. Otherwise, you're being lazy on the trigger. We don't want that. I'm not telling you to just crank off round after round after round after round, but I'm telling you to get back to the wall quickly. When you get back to the wall quickly, that leaves one thing to do, and that is aim the gun. So you're cutting things out that you have to think about consciously. Skill is enhanced and developed in the subconscious realm. Consciously, you can only think about and process one thought at a time. So when you're thinking about your grip, your accuracy goes to shit. When you're thinking about your front sight, your trigger control goes to shit. We get it. We understand that. That's why we're constantly coaching you and reminding you of what it is that you need to do. You can talk yourself through every single shot. Goes like this. Slack out, front sight, press, press, press. Slack out, front sight, press, press. Slack out, front sight, press, press. I can see my heart rate in those sights. I'm not trying to hold my gun perfectly still.